I used to watch a lot of YouTube videos where the guys approach girls on the streets, get their numbers, pick them up, and it seemed to me that they have so much confidence and they can get any girl's number or Instagram. And honestly, it gave me a lot of confidence as well. It kind of unlocked some new neural connections in my brain, how it was done and how it is done by watching those videos. And I used to believe that that was the top of the game, to approach any girl at any time, at any place, get their number, get their Instagram. I thought to myself that if I could do that, I am set for life. And I perceived those guys as gods of confidence. I was a little bit silly because there is something that they don't want you to know, that they don't show you, and there is something behind the scenes I'm going to tell you about. So what is it they don't want you to know? I was and I still am learning game, gaining confidence and becoming a better man. And I always wanted to be able to approach girls at any place, anytime, talk to them, get their numbers, get their Instagram, and so on. And after watching those YouTube videos where guys do that, I decided to try it out for myself. And I started approaching girls. I failed. I tried again. I learned how to do it the best way for myself, for my own style. And at some point, I became good at it. But the only thing I realized after talking to and approaching many girls, that if she is talking to you and giving you her Instagram or number, it doesn't mean anything. One more time, it doesn't mean anything. And you might ask why, and I am here to explain you. Keep watching. Imagine for a second that you are a girl and the guy is approaching you at some cafe or gym, whatever. And if the guy is not completely disgusting, you're okay to have a chat with him for a minute and actually give him your Instagram or number, because you are, as a guy who's approaching this girl, it is a free attention to her. It is a free validation to her. It is something that's gonna boost her ego, that's gonna make her day a little bit better, regardless if she likes the guy or finds him somehow attractive. Even if she doesn't, she will receive that free attention and free validation. Plus, going with the flow, giving the number, giving the Instagram, listening to the chat of this guy, and a little bit might be even engaging with that chat, it's much easier than rejecting him or coming up with a story why you can't talk to him or why you can't give him Instagram or number. Think about it. It's just much easier to go with the flow, to give the Instagram, give the number, smile a little bit, chit chat for 1 minute, and then simply ghost this guy, never reply to him, and let it just slide. At the end of the day, she got a free follower and some free validation and attention. Girls don't like rejecting. It is uncomfortable. It is waste of energy. It is confrontation. It is unpleasant. Therefore, you getting that number, talking to that girl, getting that Instagram doesn't mean shit. Why I'm saying this right now? Because I faced this problem a lot. By approaching many girls throughout many years, I realized this. Walking up to a girl, it is fairly difficult because you have to overcome that creeping anxiety inside you. You have to talk to your mind. You have to talk your mind into it because you come up with 1,000 reasons why not to walk up to that girl in your mind. I know exactly how it feels, and I know exactly how to overcome it. And once you overcome it, chatting with the girl, getting her number, it's honestly no brainer. So what's next? You are a freaking alpha. You approached that girl, you got her number, you got her Instagram, you told all your boys about it, you told your friends about it, you boosted your ego, you're confident as hell, you adding that girl on Instagram, you opening it up, texting her, she might follow you back, she might even not. Or she might reply to you something super dry, then she will let it slide, let it sit there for days, and eventually stopped responding. This is the reality. And now, every time you see her in the gym or the place you met her, it's just simply very awkward and unpleasant to be in that situation. I know it's just one example, but when I look back, the ratio is insane of how many times it happened to me versus how many girls I approached throughout those years. There's just something missing in all this picture. Let me tell you what is it. Then I thought about those pickup artists and dating advice guys on YouTube and all those videos that I watched throughout the years and got inspired to approach girls and actually got some confidence. I'm not gonna lie, I realized that they all do it for a living. They all do it for a content. And most of them, they already have girlfriends or wives. So whenever they approach girls on the camera for the content, the energy they give off, it's absolutely different from the energy that you carry around when you have the intent of sleeping with the girl and having some romantic interaction before approaching her. The energy, the vibe is absolutely different, and the pressure that you have in your head, it's different level, absolutely different level. So once they do it for a content, they have a specific goal in mind to attract guys who want to learn how to approach girls, to earn money, to become rich. They have a bigger goal in life. So once they approach those random girls, they have no pressure because it overruled by another higher goal. So for them, it seems very easy, and they actually seem very confident because they don't put any kind of pressure, or they don't put anything on the line when they approach the girls, versus when you want to approach that girl in the gym or in the cafe or on the street that you actually like. You get me? And most important thing, those guys, they never show you what happens afterwards. They never show you the follow-up. They never tell you what happens if they go on a date, if the girls reply, if something happens. But I believe when they do that for entertainment purposes, they never follow up or they never text them. They just show you how they approach girls, how they get numbers, and they actually tell them, those girls afterwards, that they approach them for the numbers, just for the show, and they ask permission just for the video, and they ask permission if they can use it. So it's all a freaking setup. Or even if it's not the setup, if there was a hidden camera and the guy is actually doing the day game, they never tell you that someone has ghosted them or the date never happened and the girl was flaky, because it's gonna ruin their reputation. It doesn't sound cool. And also, honestly speaking, I never seen them approaching baddies like 8, 9s, and 10s. They always go for most average girls to avoid rejection and to be more confident. So that brings me to a conclusion that approaching girls is not the top of the game. And it is definitely not the ultimate confidence in a man. It is fun and games, and it is definitely exciting and entertaining. But until you reach this certain level in life as a man, I am talking about getting baddies, 8s, 9s, and 10s. Especially nowadays, with current dating situation, we have to change our approach. And the only way is to become the best version of yourself possible and start building your status. Or as Dan Bilzerian calls it, the setup. We have to build a machine, a funnel that attracts those high value 8s, 9s, and 10s. And how are you gonna do that, you might ask? That will nobody answer you, my friend. That is for you to figure out. So man up and start building the life that you dream of. And I believe in you. And also, I tell a story about why and how I decided not to approach girls anymore in this video. So you might want to check it out. And as always, I see you in the next one.